Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note about my readings. They are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Capricorn, this is for you. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. All right, so if you haven't got your seat yet, the Intuition Activation webinar on the 20th of March, you can do so on the link in the description box below. It's going to be a whole load of fun. You'll get a couple of goodies in there as well. And if you can't make it on the day, you will be able to watch the replay. All right, so with that said, check it out. So your key to the week this week is the Hermit card. There is some very deep contemplation taking place for you over the course of this week, Capricorn. And I wouldn't go as far as to say that this is soul searching rather than really trying to get to the depths or the bottom of a situation. There's a lot of really deep thought this week where you are figuring things out, or maybe for a lot of you as well, creating a plan this week that is based on the information that you have, to hand. It's you reaching out as well for, remember with the Hermit card, yes, it does see you withdrawing, and yes, it does see you kind of having that hermit-like energy, but it also represents the ability to contemplate something, to break a situation down to its component parts, to really see what the nitty-gritty of the whole thing is. And this week I feel like this is going to be a big part of what's taking place for you guys. For your actions and options this week, you have the Ace of Swords. This is you guys making a very big decision this week, and I think in a lot of ways it looks like you're making a very big declaration as well. Remember, the Ace of Swords is that swift retribution as well. So the fact that this is your actions and options, this is you making very hard decisions this week, but it's almost like you're making them out of very informed choices. There's something this week that kind of suggests that you are moving along a path that may not necessarily be the popular one, but it does suggest that it is necessary. Remember, the Ace of Swords is also a new beginning of some sort, but it is a very hard edge of a decision that is made, and you know, it's kind of, that's it, it's final. Like once you step over a threshold, it's kind of done. For your communications and conversations, you have the Seven of Swords. Right, so not an easy card, and I mean, if you've been with me long enough, you know this is literally my least favorite card in the whole deck because of what it represents. But this suggests to me, what is that Ace of Swords also known as or called? It's called the Sword of Truth, right? It always represents where something is effectively where something is revealed. The fact that you have the Seven of Swords in the communication sector tells me that this week you are either catching someone or something in a lie. It also suggests to me that where either an illusion, a concealment, or like a concealment or an illusion has been put in front of you, it's like this Ace of Swords, this is going to see you cutting through that. This week you're going to get to the bottom of something, Capricorn. Maybe something that you've wanted or needed to know for a long time. It might be a final piece of a puzzle, or it may be the keystone to whatever situation or challenge you have been facing. So for those of you that work for your work for other people, you know, for an employer or whatnot, the Seven of Swords kind of sees that this week you may have to do some real bending over backwards, and I'm not entirely sure you're actually here for it, which suggests that you might be having a very different conversation with a superior, with a boss, with somebody that's in a position of authority. Now, for those of you that work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, one of the big things that comes up with this, the Seven of Swords is, it basically says that one of the avenues that are open to you at the moment is no longer viable. And it's no longer viable because the information that you have to hand, or the information that you're being given, is outdated, outmoded, or quite frankly, it could be that somebody is not being as honest about their involvement as they possibly could be. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, slightly different energy. I think this is going to be you either playing a supporting or assisting role to somebody that is working through a very big challenge. You know, this is you effectively playing a supporting role. One thing that I will say to you though, this is not something that you want to do from behind the scenes, right? Whatever it is that you're doing, it has to be open, because if it kind of feels like one of those things, like if you try to be the wizard behind the curtain, it's going to bite you in the ass. All right. For your money and materials, you have the Empress card. So the money looks good, right? The money, the finances definitely look good. The Empress card is always very fruitful. And look at this, for a select few of you, this will either be a job interview or a new opportunity opening up when it comes to making money, when it comes to, you know, ways that you earn your money. This could be a big change when it comes to the work as well for some of you. Now, when this, because it's with the Ace of Swords as well, so for those of you that have them, you know, like outside space with your house, because this is your home as well, your home sector, it suggests that you could be doing something with or on the garden. Something is happening with the outside, you know, the environment of your home. So this would be like your garden, your balcony, your porch, all of that kind of stuff. Just something to be aware of. I mean, I will say to you, this is probably on the home front at least, this is probably going to be the easiest week that you've had on the home front for a while, which is, you know, you could do worse. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is actually nice. I mean, the Empress card smooths the edges off of everything, right? So health-wise, this is, it's not a bad card. It does suggest to me, though, that you probably want to look after your tummy, digestive system, your throat, your neck, and also your kidneys and your lower back. Those general sort of areas this week are being highlighted. For your love and relations, you have the Fool card. New things, places, people, and energy are coming in. For those of you that are single, I will say this: if you are connecting with somebody this week, just be sure that you are on the same page, because this person could be telling you all of the, you know, the things that you want to hear. Maybe they're very good at, you know, talking the talk, but not necessarily backing it up. The reason I say this is because the Fool card, when it represents a person, it can be somebody that is like a fool or a buffoon, but they come underneath the Seven of Swords, which suggests that you're not getting all of the facts here. And I mean, this week, I feel sorry for anybody that tries to lie to you or to withhold information, because you're going to sniff it out. Like this week, your senses are on overdrive. So, you know, I feel for anybody that's going to try to go down that route, but yeah, it will be interesting. For those of you that are partnered or in relationships, this is a moment of closing ranks. There's something that you guys are dealing with, but you're dealing with it together. There's a sense here that it's like, right, okay, we close ranks, we deal with what needs to be dealt with, and then we will make a plan. Then we will make our plans public knowledge once we've figured out what they actually are and they're already in motion. All right, so for those of you that are partnered this week, it does appear that you are getting to the end or to the bottom of a challenging or a tough situation. So, you know, not the lightest of readings, but there is definitely light at the end of the tunnel, and there is definitely good energy on its way in for you. Remember, the Fool card, whenever it shows up, this kind of says, look, there's a new beginning in this place. And in a way, I kind of feel like this is your whole sphere of experience and existence. So, you know, all in all, not bad at all. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. I truly hope that this is the start of great things to come. With that said, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.